Hi guys, have you got a summons in the mail or possibly getting sued by a collection company? Well, today's video, guys, we're going to break down step by step on how you can approach the case, have expectancy to win the case, and give you a foolproof method to not only get the item removed from your credit report, but to win your case. Guys, stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Credit Coach Q, and I created the first cloud-based software that allows you to put your credit repair experience into your own hands. If you're new to the channel, I'm super excited because I have a banger. Today's video, guys, I'm going to show you guys how to win the court case for collections, guys. If you have any collections on your credit report, in this video, I'm not going to only show you how not to be scared, but we're going to actually show you step by step on how to remove it and get it removed from your credit report while winning the case in the court, okay? Now, guys, if you've found any of this information helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. It allows YouTube to push this content to a wider audience and allows us to leave the lights on. Guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Credit Coach Q, and this is my lovely co-host, Miss Tina Talks Credit. Welcome back to the channel, Miss Tina. Guys, today's video, this is going to be one of the most in-depth videos that we did thus far. If you have gotten any type of summons or lawsuits regarding any debt from a collector or any type of collection agency, guys, this video is perfect for you because we're going to break down on how not only how to handle that lawsuit, but how to win it as well, guys. So we're going to give you the utmost confidence. A lot of people just simply don't go to the court dates, then the judge file in their absence, and it just makes the whole thing a lot worse, and you just become vulnerable to the whole process. So whatever they are asking, the judge is going to grant it, and you can potentially get a judgment out. You can get your wages garnished. It can go down a deep rabbit hole. So we wanted to come to the public and bring this information and let you guys understand fully on how to handle lawsuits. So what I want to do now is I want to share my screen and show you guys the breakdown of what we're going to do today, and then I'm going to give the floor to Miss Tina, of course, and let her break this down in full context. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how to read the summons carefully. A lot of people get court documents and then just completely get intimidated by it, and they just throw it in the garbage or completely ignore it. We're going to show you how to verify the debt. We're going to show you how to not ignore the summons. I just recently talked about that. And then we're going to talk about how to file an answer to the lawsuit. So this is going to give you not only the confidence, but also the structure on how to combat it. A lot of people play defense. We're going to teach you how to play the offense role as well, raise legal defenses, and to prepare for court. So guys, this is going to be a lot of take in. It's going to be a step-by-step tutorial. So if you do have a pen and paper, guys, I will advise you to actually get it out right now, because we are going to leave this in the description below, but I definitely want you guys to take notes on not only just the verbiage from the screen here, but also what we are seeing throughout this video. All right, so right now I'm going to give the floor over to Miss Tina Talks Credit and let her break this down in its entirety. Go ahead, Miss Tina.
Okay, guys, so the first thing that happens when you get a court summons, the judge shows up at your job, your house, or whatever with those papers, you panic because most of the time you know that you owe the debt and you're like, oh my God, like now I have to go to court, you know? So all those feelings come up, and it's almost like, because I get these calls all the time, so it's almost like extreme panic, extreme guilt, and they're like, you know, it's done, it's over for me, you know? But I just want to let you know that that's just like the beginning of something that could turn in your favor, get you a deletion, and you can get damages and fees. Just because they've sent you a court summons and a debt collector is taking you to court doesn't mean that you've lost already, even if it is your debt. So in that court summons, it literally depends on what type of lawyer actually put the information in on it, because like you're going to have line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, and these are going to be all the accusations that they are pinning up against you. So let me just go over this real quick. Once you receive the court summons, the first thing that you're going to want to do is file an answer. Now, usually you have anywhere between the time you receive the summons up to like, I think about 20 to 21 days to file an answer. You're going to want to do that ASAP. And so what you need to do is go over the summons. Now, never admit or deny the claims. Like, don't do any of that. You know, just kind of stay neutral. All right, so So let's get started. First, I want to say, when you first receive that civil summons, that sheriff at your door, or however it comes, that a debt collector is suing you, the first thing that most people do is panic, because most of the time they actually owe the debt. And it's like, okay, what do we do now? They're going to garnish my pay, or what's going to happen? And most people are scared to go to court. I mean, I don't like to go to court. So I just want to teach you a way to fight back when a debt collector is suing you. So the first rule of thumb is never admit to it being yours. Like, you don't need to say that it's not, but don't say that it is at the same time. So the first thing that you're going to do when you get that civil summons is, and I'm going to pull it up right now so I can show you while I'm talking to you about it. Okay, so this is just a rough draft that I quickly created of a civil summons. So let's say Portfolio Recovery is suing Tina Joe. All right. So in that civil summons, you're going to see what the complaint is. So the first thing you're going to do is go over the whole entire summons. Literally, I would say go over it at least 5 times. And if you can, have somebody to go over it after you, because you're looking for Fair Credit Reporting Act law violations. You're looking for CDIA violations. You're looking for fair debt practicing violations. Those are the 3 main things that you're going to be looking for in this civil suit. So go over everything. Now, for instance, if Portfolio, or under number 1, if Portfolio Recovery Associates Debt Collection Entity licensed to operate and conduct business in this state. Okay, you're going to want to check that to make sure that they are actually licensed to operate in that state. Now, usually in the complaint, they're going to name anywhere from 1 to 50 different complaints against you. Breach of contract is the main one that they will name. So they're going to have to prove that you breached the contract. Now, in the civil summons, they may throw in as their supporting documentation, maybe a picture of an invoice or something with your signature on it that's not a contract, things like that. So you're going to want to watch out for stuff like that, because if it is not the original contract with your signature on it, they can't legally say that, hey, you are in breach of contract. You can file for a dismissal for that. Now, where as it relates to Fair Credit Reporting Act laws, now, if they have anything misspelled in your name, for instance, if you are a junior and they don't put that they're suing Tina Joe Jr. in the lawsuit, then that's grounds for dismissal as well. Plus, you can receive damages and fees because they're in a violation because they're not. Now, let's move on to where it says factual allegations. Now, it says on or about, and there's going to be a date there, and it should be the original debt's date. So you need to have your own information as well so that you can prove whether this is accurate or inaccurate, right? So you're going to see if this is the actual open date of the debt. If this date is off at any way possible, then you're going to put this in your answer, and you're going to say, you're not going to tell them what the correct date is, but you're going to tell them that this date is incorrect. And then in your supporting documentation files, you will have the original contract or whatever it is that you have that proves that the original date is incorrect. Follow me? Okay, so now causes of action. You're going to see this in every civil summons. So this is what they're accusing you of: breach of contract, account stated, unjust enrichment, fraudulent misrepresentation, willful non-payment. How can you prove willful non-payment? They have to prove every single thing. So all 10 of these accusations, they have to be able to prove this 100%. And so this is going to give you 10 things to do your studying on to make sure that you can do everything possible to prove them either wrong, inaccurately reporting, or to refute every single thing that they're saying. So literally, these things are easy to win. All you got to do is know what to do and do your homework. So you're going to want to pull out your Fair Credit Reporting Act law, fair debt practicing laws, and all that stuff so that you can kind of see what's going on. Dig deep in your records, find your records for this account, look at your credit report, like your original credit reports, so that you can find this information. Like right here, number 7, it says bad faith conduct. Defendant acted in bad faith by avoiding debt collection efforts despite repeated notices. Can they prove that? They have to prove that. Negligence in debt repayment. Defendant Defendant neglectfully ignored financial responsibility, leading to unnecessary litigation. So they're going to need to prove that they reached out to you. They reached out to you in a timely manner. They're going to need to prove like so many different things in this. We've gotten lawsuits dismissed and gotten clients damages and fees, plus a deletion of whatever was on the account just because of stuff like this. And like in your answer, you're going to want to answer to each and and every one of these counts. You're going to go line by line. You're going to use your Fair Credit Reporting Act laws and really get in there in your answer. And literally, if you want to just be done with it and you want to ask that, hey, the courts dismissed this due to them not being able to properly prove that you are in breach of contract, due to them not being able to produce a contract, due to Fair Credit Reporting Act law XYZ that they're clearly breaking, all that stuff. This is so easy. Like, literally, don't be afraid next time, or if you are experiencing this right now, don't be afraid to fight back. And so that's what I'm here to do today, just to give you some little education here so that you can fight back.
So I don't want to cut you off, but guys, like, what she's giving you is like gems. Like, you're not going to see this type of credit repair video on the internet. If you found any of this information helpful in the middle of the video, guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the like button right now. We're going to take 3 seconds for you to do that. All right, so, and leave it in the comment section if you have any questions or concerns about this. Now, to break this down in simplest terms, guys, the more things that they complain about you, the more they have to prove that it's actually credible. And if they can't prove it, then that gives you the right in the mirror to actually get it removed. So for instance, if you have like for the date that she was saying, if the date is not accurate, you can find the date, the open date on your credit report and see exactly when that date was opened and match that date to the date that's on the that's on the summons or the court document. Then you can compare and contrast and see if that's that. Guys, if you want to do this in the simplest form, guys, go to mycreditapprove.com and sign up with the software and actually get this step by step. We are going to put a tutorial in place for you guys to handle these type of concepts. But if you want someone to do it for you, guys, go to Tina Talks Credit. Her link will be in the description below, but actually go to her YouTube channel and actually go down her rabbit hole to see exactly how to handle this. Because if you just don't have the time and you just a person that's just, you know, don't have time, you work too much, you got too many kids, and you just don't have the time to actually go step by step to see exactly how to do this, go to Tina Talks Credit and actually get her and her staff to do it for you guys. This is Jim. I didn't want to cut you off, Miss Tina, but I definitely wanted to add those inserts because a lot of people get this information for free. They don't be liking the stuff, they don't be commenting, they don't be doing nothing, and we need our comments, we need our likes, because it's the only thing that allows YouTube to push us within the algorithm. But I'm gonna let you finish and I'll come in when necessary. Go ahead.
Y'all gotta give us some likes now. I'm literally out here in the snow. I'm in North Carolina. It is snowing right now and I'm in my office making this video. So like, I think that deserves the like for two and the share and all the other stuff.
Absolutely. Leave a like in the snow and for the snow, guys, because we definitely appreciate it. Were you still talking about the summons or like where
just a little bit? Like, I forgot to say this because this is going to be one of the main reasons why we win in these cases. It's going to be the balance owed with debt collect, because you know how they pile on all these other fees after the fact. For instance, if they sent you, because you know they're going to contact you long before they even file suit against you, sending you letters saying that you owe XYZ amount, stuff like that, or your credit report may say a different balance than the summons says. If that's the case, you got it. Because you can literally stand before a judge and honestly say, I do not owe them $5,000 at all. I don't know what they're talking about because this is what they sent me. They said that I owe them this. It's different. Literally, it's right there before your eyes. I mean, I've seen judges throw stuff out. I've seen in the discovery phase to where if you show them over your information, they'll just call you up and say, because they're like, yeah, we dropped the ball, we messed up, we can't win this. So the premise
of it, guys, is to do your due diligence. If they make any mistake on like how they filed it, if they make any mistake on the verbiage they used in the filing, all you have to do due diligence, and they're going to drop the ball. The more things that they come out against you is the more opportunity that you have to prove that it's not accurate, right, Ms. Tina?
100% fight back. A summons does not mean automatic failure or anything like that. that and like you can get your damages fees, make sure that you put in on your answer the damages and fees that you are requesting as well.
Man, guys, this video has been a banger, guys. And today's video, I'm super excited just because this has been a perfect layout. Guys, like I said, if you have any questions, concerns, leave it in the comment section, and me and Miss Tina will answer them as soon as we can. If you wanted to schedule a consultation, you can do that by going to the description and either schedule a consultation with my team or Miss Tina team, and we will go over these concepts a little bit more in detail. But guys, it's really cut and dry. If you do not respond to the summons, they have an opportunity to not only reward everything that the collection agency is asking, but it also can put a judgment on your account, and it would be that much more harder to plead the case and prove that they was wrong. So guys, if you do get a summons, don't ever get scared, don't ever throw it away or intimidated. Actually fight back. You have a team of experts on YouTube that is not intimidated by these summons. We see them all the time. It's just a sheet of paper, and if, like I said, if you need help, you can definitely reach out to our team and we will handle it for you. Did you have anything else to say before we get out, Miss Tina?
Just one more, guys. I'm just super excited because I've been working hard on my new credit repair school where I teach you how to repair your credit. And this is something that if you're using Q software, you can also use this to kind of help you dispute more strategically. So the school is going to go live on March the 5th. I just want to say that because a lot of people are asking me about it. So yes, it's finally here, guys.
Leave a thumbs up. Shout out to Miss Tina and her new school that she's coming out with, guys. This school is going to be, I can only imagine how phenomenal it's going to be, guys, because the wealth of knowledge that this lady knows, like, it is unmatched. Like, there is no person. I've been in credit repair for 10 years. I've been around some of the best quote unquote gurus, but this lady is on a whole nother level. That's why I brought her on the channel, guys, because I had to do it. She is amazing. The stuff that, like, she's just different. She's a different breed. So for her to bring out a school, guys, check that school out. I'm almost can guarantee that once you, or if you definitely enroll into the school, you will know more than 99% of the credit gurus that's out here, because this lady have things that no one knows but her. I think she's probably the best credit specialist in the country. And yeah, so shout out to your school. Congratulations on, launching your school. I'm super happy for you. And yeah, man. Yeah, we are going to close the video out for today, guys. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave it in the comment section. Any type of comments, concerns, leave a heart if you don't leave anything else. Till next time, guys, take care of your credit. Take care of yourself. Credit Coach Q. Peace.